Hi, and welcome back to the Knitter's Closet podcast. I'm your host, Melissa, and you can find me on Ravelry as Darwin Kitty or on Instagram as the Knitter's Closet. Welcome back to all our current viewers, and welcome to all our new viewers. This is episode 11. We are now in our second double-digit episode, and I'm really hoping I'm getting the hang of this. I still feel really awkward. For instance, hold on. I forgot my lip gloss. And you can probably hear my kid in the background because her and her father are in her room playing. So, let's jump right in with finished objects. I have a bunch this week and I'm very excited about them. The first one I have is the Graphica by Casapinka. This is one of her newest sweater designs. Now you'll notice, knit mine with the short sleeves. I don't think that's an option in the final pattern. I was test knitting this, so I didn't have the polished pattern. I decided that the test knit actually ended and came out before I finished knitting it. It came out during Vogue Knitting Live. But on the sleeves, on the original pattern, and I'll post a picture of the original pattern, kind of flare out, and I decided I didn't really want that. So I just knit short sleeves. I'm not opposed to short sleeve sweaters. I actually really like them. This is knit in the Kelbourne Woolens gray heathered colorway and the Schoppel wool edition 3 in the color 229. One's a DK weight and one's a sport weight, but I did get gauge with this. Now I did knit this in a larger size, and I've lost weight since I started knitting it, so yay, not a bad thing obviously, but also boo, because it's now way too big for me. It's a sweater that's knit with a lot of positive ease to begin with, so it's supposed to be a pretty bulky sweater, but it's too bulky. It's just too much for me. So I think I'm going to do some sweater surgery. I don't want to re-knit the whole thing. So I think what I'm going to do is steek it. That is on my list of things to steek, our list of New Year's resolutions for knitting, to steek a sweater. It's going to be a little more difficult, obviously, because I did not originally intend to steek this. So I'm going to have to go in and pick a point to steek. And as you notice, the patterns don't always line up exactly. So it's going to be interesting. I'll probably have to cut out an entire repeat, and that repeat will be wherever it is. So I don't know yet. I'm going to ask Beth, because Beth is my knitting guru, and she's going to hopefully provide me with some much needed assistance and guidance on that. We've already talked about it a little bit, but I'm gonna bring the sweater next time I see her so I can get a better opinion, and then I'll do lots of YouTubing and Googling. So that's one finished object. And then I have another sweater. This is my surprise Tin Can Flax knit. Tin Can Knits Flax. This is knit in, also surprise, Malabrigo. This is the Malabrigo Rios, which is their worsted weight base, and I absolutely love it. It is probably my desert island yarn. I would knit with Malabrigo every day of the week if I could. I would not be sad if Malabrigo Rios was the only yarn I could ever knit with forever and ever. So the colorways are Winter Lake, Glazed Carrot, Teal Feather, and Apple Green. And again, I knit this and then I lost weight while I was knitting it. And I knit this actually fairly quick, but I lost about probably 10 pounds while I was knitting it. I knit this in a medium large size. Normally I would knit the large size for myself, which is what I knit my Flax Light sweater on. Now that's a fingering weight sweater. That's the one I faded with the Barnyard Knits. And so even though it's larger and it is a oversized sweater, it doesn't look as oversized because it's not that worsted weight. It's not that heavier weight sweater. So this still looks pretty big on me. I am going to reknit this one. I really love this one. I want it to be a little bit more fitted. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to tink this or rip it out, and I'm going to knit it all in a small size, I think. This is the medium large, and I think I'm actually going to go straight down to the small size. I figure it'll either be too small for right now for this winter, but I'm still working on losing weight, so I'm confident that if I knit it in a small, I'll be able to wear it just fine. It'll either be just a little bit tight and will encourage me to lose weight, or it'll be just right. And the difference in the medium and small is actually not that large of a difference. So, very excited. Very, very excited. So again, that's the Tin Can Knits Flax. And I always omit the garter stitch panel because I don't like purling. If I don't have to, I don't have to. So, and the Malabrigo Rios. 2 sweaters. Can you believe it? I actually have a third one on the needles. I have 2 more sweaters on the needles, but they're not finished objects. And then, pardon the crinkling. I apologize. Ooh, where my sock blockers go? I have not 1, not 2, but 3 pairs of socks. I'm putting them on the blockers real quick for you, so they look pretty. These are all my vanilla socks. These are giveaway socks. Okay, there we go. Oop, some of my hair, or cat hair, probably cat hair. These are socks that I knit for a charity auction I did. And you can see they've just flashed, but they flashed nicely, so I'm not complaining. They're not for me. They're for someone else, and she loves them, so that's all that really matters. I did a 3x1 ribbing. This is the Socks That Rock Chapman Springs colorway. So it's listed as a fingering weight. I would wager to say that it's a sport weight yarn. That's just me. She has slightly larger feet than I do. She wears a size 8-9 women's, so yeah. Do you guys love the new autofocus? I'm still obsessed with the autofocus on the camera. These are the socks that I mentioned the last podcast that I couldn't find. I found them. They were hiding in a box. And not my box of socks, a different box. These are another pair of vanilla socks. I finished these in January. These are the Urth yarns in their Uneek sock. And the colorway is, I left my notes over there. So let's see if I can remember all of these. I don't remember the colorway. Crackers. Hold on 1 second. Okay. Back. Hot Mess Express coming through. Doot doot. Alright. So, color 25. Uneek sock from Urth Yarns, color 25. I love the gradient of the green. And this comes in 2 small single balls. So that you can just, they're caked up, they're ready to go. And voila, you can knit a pair of socks if you have a pair of needles. Grab them, stick them on. So this is pair 1 of my 24 pairs of socks in 2019. And these are pair 2. These are my trailing clouds. I'm struggling right now. I struggle with life, so why not struggle with sock blockers too? These, Lord, I'm just a hot mess today. I swear, I'm prepared for this podcast. These are my trailing clouds, Mind the Gap colorway. I actually like how they kind of meet. Where was the color? Oh, they met in the yellow color, on the yellow stripe. And you'll notice that, you know, this one starts with the yellow stripe, it goes purple, blue, black, and then this one, it started with yellow, and it met there, and then it goes the opposite direction here. It's really cool. I like how that ended up happening. So they're very fraternal in the fact that they're opposites. What do they call those? Mirror twins? That's a thing. That is a thing. So those all are my finished objects, I think. Yeah. Vanilla socks, Graphica, Flax. Ooh, no. I gotta get up again. I forgot one more thing. Okay. I promise that's the last time that's happening. Because that just kills. I'm on the floor still. That just kills me. Okay. I actually crocheted something. Again. I know. What is going on with this podcast? I crocheted an itty bitty, teeny tiny little granny shawl. Look at this. I mean, it's teeny tiny because it's made to fit my daughter. It's not made to fit me. Isn't that adorable? And I put this little button on so that she could close it. Not have to worry about like tying it or anything. So my daughter had her 100 days of school celebration in pre-K last week? I think it was last week. Unfortunately, she didn't make it because she was sick. Baby girl ended up with an ear infection and she missed Thursday and Friday that week. But I worked to make her this really cute little granny inspired outfit. So she had like these velour joggers and a little floral top to go with it, and then I crocheted this shawl, which is really nice. It does not count towards my stash dive because I did not own this yarn. This is the Lion Brand Yarns Mandala. Can you focus? There we go. In the Centaur colorway. And it's one of those balls that sell stripes. There we go. So I grabbed it real quick and I whipped this up in like 2 nights. And it's very similar. The pattern is Granny Shawl version 1 by Hobbii Design. And that's Hobbii. And they have it, the nice thing is that when you, I think the pattern was free. Pretty sure the pattern was free. The nice thing is that when you get the pattern, there's links to tutorials. So I was able to just watch the tutorial, which is, you know, me and crochet was so much easier because I was not, like, I understood all this part, but the increases were where I was going to have trouble because I just didn't know what I was doing. So, but the pattern design, if you look at it, I'm not giving away any secret sauce here, but it's exactly like the Granny Stripes blanket. It's double crochets. It's very, very easy. Took 2 nights to crochet this. I don't even remember. Like, I think I used my. Let's see what size hook did I use. I used a US G8 4mm crochet hook. It's like one of only 3 or 4 hooks I have, so I always know which one I use because they're colored. Oh, did I use the white one? Did I use the pink one? Did I use the green one? I used the pink one. So those are my finished objects. I was really happy that I had those many finished objects. Let's see, Vanilla Socks, the Graphica, the Flax, and the Granny Shawl, and two pairs of Vanilla Socks. 6 items, right? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 6 items. Woohoo, Melissa, you're the best. That's what I hear in my head when I finish objects. That's what everybody hears in their head, right? Right? No? Just me? Okay. Alright, whatever. Okay, so let's see. We'll start with old whips in progress because I have worked. Ooh, totally knocked that camera. I do have some old whips in progress that I've been working on. Let's see. We'll start with Joe's sweater. Joe's sweater is the Flax by Tin Can Knits. And look, he's got most of a sleeve. Yay. I'm actually down to, I think, the last decrease. And then I knit for another, like, 3 or 4 inches. And then I start the ribbing. So I may work on this today because I'm tired of looking at this sucker. And it's snowing. So, you know, maybe he can wear it this week. I kid you not. We had a snowstorm. Was it this Wednesday or last Wednesday? My days are like getting confused. I know we had snow. we had snow on the 20th. So this 2 weeks ago. No, that was last week. That was last week. I know we're in March, but that was last week. So we had snow on Wednesday last week, and it was a good snow. Like, it was probably the best snow we've had so far this season. And the next day, it was 60 degrees. I think it got up to like almost 70 in some places. So it almost immediately melted. Like, it was insane. It was insane. And then we had snow again. Friday, I woke up to like 3 inches on the ground. And then it rained Friday night, and it was all gone. So it's snowing again now. So, it'll be, yeah. Oh, so yeah, it was last Friday that Nora had her 100 days of school celebration, and she didn't get to go to. Sad face. She was upset. She did get to wear her outfit though. I let her wear it minus the crochet shawl and the old lady jewelry that I bought on Monday when she went to school. So this is Joe's sweater, and I'm sure you guys are getting sick and tired of seeing. It's in the Concept, Katia Concept, Cotton Merino. Come on, focus, focus. There we go. It's the Katia Concept Cotton Merino, and this is the color 105, and the lighter color is color 104. And this is the this is gaining in popularity. But it's blown cotton or blown construction. So you can see there's a chain that the darker of the lighter of the fiber that you're seeing, that's the cotton, and it's chained, and then they blow in the merino, which makes it, there I am, super floofy and super soft. And I will say, I thought this was going to pill like crazy because of the way it's floofy, but it hasn't. Like, I bring this sucker in and out of the bag all day long, and it hasn't pilled. Not a stitch. So we'll see how it wears when we wash it, or when he wears it. Yeah, how it wears when he wears it. Hot mess. Let's see. Okay. We've got another whip in progress that's older. These are vanilla socks. These are in the Potion Yarns in the colorway Nevermore. I got this in October of last year. So, really excited to get these off the needles because they're just calling to me. I'm about another inch away from increasing for the heels. So, that's another project I may work on today yet. I don't know. Pardon my lean. And then one more old whip that I have worked on. I have touched these. I try not to show you whips that I haven't touched in a while. But these are 2 pairs of socks I've been working on since I've finished the other 3. These are the Knit Picks Felici in the color Candy Cane. These are, I think I'm actually starting the increases on these. Probably in another row or 2. So they're both in stages of, I feel like, I don't know about you, but when I knit socks, as soon as I turn that heel, man, these suckers fly off the needles. And it's not like I do really short, for me at least, I don't do really short cuffs. So, because I like to use as much of the yarn as I can, which is nice. Okay, so those are works in progress. Those are old works in progress. I do have 2 new works in progress. 3. I have a baby sweater. Now look, I know I said I can quit knitting that flax whenever I want. And I swear to God, I can. I can knit. I can quit the flax. I can quit it whenever I want, people. Come on. I really can't. I can, okay? I can, I swear. But a friend of mine is having a baby, and I'm done having babies, so I really don't want to buy patterns for baby sweaters. Especially when I already have the perfect sweater. Okay, so this is a flax. Obviously, I knit this in the 6 to 12 month size. Picking up from my sleeves today. And I knit this in the leftovers from my sweater. So this is the teal feather, apple green, glazed carrots, and winter lake. So cute. I started knitting on this 3 days ago. I love how fast baby sweaters go. They're so great. They just fly off the needles. And I actually have one more I need to knit. I have a friend who's having a boy, and I have a friend who's having a girl. And I've got a ton of this yarn left over from mine. So I'm hoping I have enough, because I still have a skein of Paris Nights in Malabrigo Rios that I can easily mix with any of those colors. So I will probably use the leftovers from this and my sweater added with this as the main color and make a 3rd sweater. Just because it's easier and it's using up stash. I don't have a ton of worsted weight leftovers, or even worsted weight stash, believe it or not, that is superwash. Usually once I get Malabrigo in my hands, it's knit up pretty quickly. I do have a hot pink, and the friend that I have I haven't decided. I have a friend that's having a boy, and I have a friend that's having a girl. And my friend that is having a little girl is a very modern woman, and I was thinking that the perfect baby gift for her would be like a sort of gender neutral baby sweater. And then I found these really cute board books, and I'll show them on the next podcast, because I got one for Nora for her Easter basket. I'm sorry, the Easter Bunny got her one for her Easter basket. He paid me the money, and I ordered it from Amazon, because the Easter Bunny, apparently his account was hacked, and yeah. So the Easter Bunny said, here, get this book for Nora. So anyway, It's a board book, which is a little above her age range, but it's the ABCs of science. And so it goes through and like A is for atom, B is for bacteria, and like, so they have all kinds of different ones. And they have ones for science, they have ones for I think architecture. They have a couple different science and math-based books, which is amazing. My daughter's really into science. She will sit there and she will Google and search for how the human body works and watch videos for hours. And she'll sit there and talk to me about mitochondria and DNA and the digestive system and digestive system. I can speak. Clearly she shouldn't be coming to me to discuss these things, but I'm usually the only one here when my husband's at work. So bad. Thank God for YouTube and Wikipedia and Google and all that, because I can answer her questions. We played the whole, hey Nora, your epidermis is showing trick on her the other day, and she got so mad at us. But then she got really interested in learning about what the epidermis was, so. And I think it's great. She's 5 and she's got this amazing love of science, and she'll straight up tell you she wants to be an entomologist and that she wants to be a doctor, and you know, and she wants to also do gymnastics and be a Girl Scout. And she's a pain in my butt. She's an amazing kid. So anyway, my friend who's having the little girl, I have a feeling her little girl's going to be the same way. Very smart. Mommy's very science-based because mommy's a doctor, and she does research. She was researching at the National Health Institute. Now she's researching at Johns Hopkins. So she's, and her husband, or not husband, her boyfriend, life partner, is a doctor as well, and he's very scientifically based. So I was thinking, knit her a gender-neutral baby sweater, and then get the little board books with the science. I thought, oh, that's going to be the perfect baby gift for my friend, so I'm really excited about that. So my other friend will probably get this as well because she's having a boy, so these work for boys too. And I know that I'm getting ready to knit my sweater again in these colors, but God, don't you just love this color combo? Like, isn't that just the best? Those gray glazed carrots, it's just gorgeous. It's just gorgeous. Like, the video just does not do it justice. And the colors together, just really, seriously, they don't do it justice. So anyway, enough of my rambling about smart babies and science and all that. Oh, I have a funny story. So yesterday, my daughter and I, we went to Annapolis, and this is not the first time this has happened, but I accidentally ended up at a women's march, because we went to Annapolis and all the streets were blocked off, and I wasn't paying attention as to why, but we went and we parked, and we were gonna go to lunch, and we walked by the women's march, and we're standing there listening. It's cold, it's kind of dreary out, and we're sitting there listening, and my daughter's like, well, what are they doing? And I was like, so explaining that they're marching for women's rights and equality and all this. And she goes, are they Girl Scouts? And I said, I don't know, Nora. I said, some of them might be Girl Scouts. She's very obsessed with Girl Scouts lately. And she's like, I want to be a Girl Scout. I want to be a woman who breaks the barriers. Who's breaking barriers. And I was like, well, okay then. Don't get me wrong. I'm all about teaching my daughter feminism, but I have never ever once mentioned breaking barriers, and I just cracked up laughing. I was like, where did you learn that? And she's like, I don't know. She goes, but I want to break barriers. I'm like, okay, kiddo. So we went to lunch, and we broke breakfast instead. But it was just the funniest thing, is like, just out of the blue, she's like, I want to break barriers. I'm like, alright. You do you, kid. Alright, so I have 2 new whips. These are whips you've never seen before, and they're Okay, I have 2 new whips. Sorry, my camera cut off. And it didn't tell me it was going to cut off. So, I have 2 new whips, and they're totally out of, like, my norm. It's not they're not sweaters. They're not socks. They're not hats. One is, I've got to stop saying, one is the Shockwaves shawl by Hedgehog Fibres. And I am knitting this in the Miss Babs Yummy 2-ply. This is the colorway Touch of Class. It's all scrunched up on my needles. But it's like an asymmetrical shawl. I don't know if you can tell. There's 2 chevrons here, and then there's 1 chevron down here, and then there's like an expanse in between. So this is a 5-color fade shawl. So I am doing it with the Miss Babs Touch of Class Yummy 2-ply. And then I will fade in the Delightful. Get my face out of there, so maybe it'll... Oh, I keep trying to focus on something in the background. There we go. That's the Delightful. And then it's going to go into the Sweet Pea. And then into Beautiful Dreamer. And then last but not least, Floyd. So it'll be really, really pretty. There we go. When I'm done, it's, again, that's the Shockwaves by Hedgehog Fibres. And this is being knit on a US 7 4.50 millimeter. I think these are my Carbons needles. Yeah. So, I like these needles. They're nice. They're very smooth. Come back. There we go. There we go. You can come back. They're very nice needles. The pattern is free, which is nice. It has an I-cord edging all the way around. I'm going to need to block this sucker heavily when I'm done with it. But it's really nice so far. I'm really liking it. It's only a 2-row repeat throughout the entire pattern. I will say that the one thing that throws me off is I can't figure out a good placement for any stitch markers. So I really can't do this. This is not public knitting. This is knitting quietly on my bed at night when nobody is bothering me knitting, and yeah, that's about it. I'm not gonna knit anything else with it. My last whip, also okay, so this is part of my stash acquisitions, but it's in my West Knits Are the Best Knits bag, and look, you guys, it's signed. Beth brought this back. She went to, I think it's Do You Knit in New Jersey, and she took 2 classes, I think it was 2 classes, with Stephen West, and she got to hang out with him and meet him, and so she brought back a couple of these bags for me and my friends, and I was lucky enough to get one, so I'm very excited. So I started my Copenhagen calling. If you remember, I think it was the last podcast, I said I was going to use the Emma's yarn, Emma's Crazy Beautiful Colors, in the Whisper colorway, and that's her, come on, won't you focus on the gorgeous yarn, there you go. This is her Whisper colorway, and I don't know if you can see the sparklies in it, it's really pretty. And I was originally, there we go. I I was originally going to use this color with Knitting and Colors Cinder and Smoke colorway, and I decided that I didn't want to use it because it didn't have sparkle, because this is a non-sparkle base and this is a sparkle base. And the way the pattern works is that it starts, you know, with the darker or the lighter color or whatever color you want, and then it goes all the way to this one. So it would be sparkly at the bottom but not sparkly at the top, and I just didn't want to do that. So what I did instead was I went through my stash and I found this. There we go. I found this. This is Ellyn Cooper's Yarn Sonnets in her Tinkerbell 2 base. It's a excuse me, 75% merino, 20% nylon, and 5% stellina. And then this is in the color Chasing Autumn. And it's a gold sparkle, but it absolutely just, it works with these, with the Whisper. So I cast on and I started this, and I told you the pattern is the Copenhagen Calling by Isabell Kraemer, and it does call for a DK weight yarn, I am using fingering weight because I am stash diving. So it's not gonna be like, you can see how she's got it all stretched out. It's very long. Mine is not gonna be that long. It's gonna be this long. So, but I started it. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? So I'm on the lace repeats now. I'm not really seeing the pattern of lace repeats. I just started the second repeat. I think I've messed it up a couple of times. I'm okay with that. I think it'll just look random when I'm done. I'm okay with that. I have enough yarn left over that I may repeat this one more time. Repeat this section, just because it's a really cool section. It's just a bunch of slip stitches. You can see where I accidentally knit one extra row of the solid color. Oh well. I may knit an extra row of slip stitches. I don't know yet. It's pretty wide already. But I haven't ruled it out. That's gonna Nope, I thought I could get it around without losing stitches, and then I lost one. Ooh, just one, thankfully. Oh no, I lost two. There we go. Let me pick these up real quick. You hear my daughter in the background going, oh boy, oh boy. Anyway. So yeah, this is my Copenhagen Calling. I'm really loving it. Got a little cotton candy stitch marker from Cakery Bakery on there. So, that's my last whip. The mess around me after, like, you have no idea. It's so bad. I am like all organized when I start the podcast. I've got little piles all around me, and then I just, after I show you something, it just gets thrown. And it's a hot mess. So, alright. So, a little podcasting news. I don't know if you caught in the very beginning when I said you can find me on Instagram as The Knitter's Closet. I changed my username. You do not have to refollow me. If you were already following me, don't worry. You're still following me. It didn't change anything. I didn't get a new account. I just changed the name on the account. So you can now find me at The Knitter's Closet on Instagram. I have uploaded all of the show notes to Ravelry. I'm caught back up, and I learned how to embed the YouTube podcasts on the actual episode notes. So if you want to just get notifications on Ravelry to watch the episodes there, you can totally do that. You don't have to watch them here, which is awesome. If you like watching the show, do me a favor, give us a thumbs up, because that really does help us promote, helps me promote the website, the podcast, and it recommends me to other viewers who are watching other yarn podcasts. Forget it, what I said. Don't recommend me to anybody. I can't speak. I'm not watching. Hot mess. Oh, before I finish anything else, I do have a stash acquisition. I know. I did buy this before I started Make Room for Maryland Sheep and Wool, which I'll also talk about in a second. But it took a while to come in. So this is Malia Made It. She's a hand-dyed yarn, hand dyer out of Utah. She included a couple stitch markers. She's on Etsy under Malia Made It. And this is self-striping yarn in the Me Too colorway. And she donates some of the proceeds from this skein to a local women's shelter when you purchase from her on this one. So she is Malia Made It on Etsy, and that's MALIAMAYEDIT. And this is her 75% superwash merino wool, 25% nylon base. It is 460 yards of a 4-ply fingering weight. So it is really pretty, and even though I have 2 pairs of socks already cast on, I may cast these on because they're just super pretty. And I don't know what it is about these gobstopper balls, but oh my god, I see them and then I fall in love with them. They're so pretty. Doesn't smell like anything. Doesn't stop me from smelling it. Okay, so speaking of Maryland Sheep and Wool Stash Down, my numbers for that. My Mind the Gap Trailing Cloud socks was 464 yards. Get my math out here, calculator. Calculator. So 464 yards for my Trailing Cloud socks. 1,314 yards for my Graphica sweater. 1,259 yards for my Flax. 0 yards for my granny shawl because I didn't include my granny shawl in my stash. 0 yards for my Socks That Rock finished socks because apparently I did not include that in my stash. I went back and looked through all my stash and couldn't find that skein, so I'm like, okay, well, it's not included in my stash then. And 440 yards for my Urth Uneek Christmas socks. So that brings my total stashed down yardage to 3,477 yards. Let's see, where is my stash down page? I'll make sure I'm writing down the right amount here. I don't want to cheat. So my last podcast, I had 3,770. 3,037 yards, I think, is what I had my total stashed down on 321. Yes. I've got to add to that. I think I'm just going to change it to the 3477 because I don't know what I do. I think I wrote down my stash numbers when I was going to record 2 weeks ago or a week ago, and then of course Nora was sick, so I didn't record, and then I was feeling crappy, so I didn't record. So I gotta adjust my stash down page. Should I show you guys this? Isn't it cute? This is super cute. I totally like printed out a picture of that from online and traced it. But I did color in my other little sock. Did you guys see that? I love this little sock chart. I'm such a nerd. I know. Okay. So anyway, so I am down 3,477 yards, which is yay. I haven't stashed this yet. I may wait until after so that it just doesn't mess up my account. Or if I knit with it now, it just won't count towards my stash. That might be the easiest way. Okay. Don't forget, we have the 100 subscribers giveaway for the skein Stitches Together in the Unicorn Boogers colorway. Oh, don't focus on me again. There we go. And the details on how to enter to win this are in episode 2, so go back and watch those. The hashtag for the Makeroom Sheep and Wool on Instagram is hashtag MakeRoom4MDSW, and you can also participate on the Ravelry website. I also learned how to go back on my computer and update the description for the actual YouTube podcasts with show notes. I've got episodes 10 and 9 in uploaded, and I'll go back and upload the older episodes too. So that way you don't have to go to different locations to find the notes. They will be in the description of this show. So yeah, I think that's it. I feel like I rushed this episode. I feel like I'm forgetting something too. I'm not sure. I don't know. Why do I feel like I'm forgetting something? And did I tell you my socks were entered into the 2019 Free the House Elves for for Yarn Hoarders knit along. So it's one knit along for me. Oh, and I'm going to join the Andrea Mowry knit along from F This Knit, and I'm going to knit the tincture, and I'll insert a photo here from her pattern page. And I'm actually going to use 2 skeins. Oh, I thought maybe I had them here. Oh, no, I do. I am using 2 skeins of stash. So these will be stash dieting. This is Schmozzarella yarns. There we go. In her Groovy DK base. This is the Countess of Grantham colorway. It's a very nice red. And then the tincture is a 2-colored hat, by the way. I know I said I'll post a picture, but if I haven't posted it yet, it's a 2-colored hat. Yo. So, and this is the Lady Sybil Crawley. So these are both Downton Abbey inspired yarns. So, but these are deep stash. I've had these for quite a while. I think I had them before Schmutzerella had all those issues. I know she's still in business, but she went kind of, not belly up, but she had a big, huge snafu for a while. So it was before all that debacle. That's how old these are. I wish yarn makers, just putting this out there to all you dyers out there, I wish that you would put a born date on your yarn. Because I would love to know, like, some of these I know how old they are because I bought them, at certain events. Like this is Malabrigo. And normally Malabrigo is not something that lingers in my stash, but I know that this has lingered at least a little while because I got this at the Mannings, and the Mannings is now closed. But it has a tag. So, yeah, I would love to see, like, when yarns are made, because unless I specifically write it down in my Ravelry notes on the purchase date, and I don't always remember the purchase date. And if I don't stash them right away, like, I went through and I stashed all these yarns and all these yarns, and I didn't remember the purchase dates of all of them. So some of them I remember that I purchased this year or last year or the year before, and I put down the approximate dates. But I would love a born date on the yarn labels, because that would just be cool to me. It would just be cool. Just food for thought. Anyway, so that's going to be my next needle adjacent project. And with that, I'm done podcasting, y'all. I'm going to go get to knitting so I have some more finished objects for you, because I feel like I'm on such a roll with all the finished objects. Like, 6 finished objects in 3 weeks. It's amazing. So, yeah, so I'm going to finish this baby sweater, and then I'm going to finish Joe's sweater, and then I can say I have 2 more sweaters finished. Right. Totally cheating, because it's just sleeves, but, and one of them's a baby sweater. But still, it's whatever makes me happy, right? Whatever makes you happy, whatever makes me happy. Anyway, alright, give us a thumbs up, and we'll see you in 2 weeks. Thanks for watching. Bye.